Hello everyone, Crystal here, and welcome to the third to last episode of Stay Indoors. That's the 8th episode, if you're wondering. And this is also going to be the last regular episode that you'll see, as the final 2 episodes will be something a little bit special, but we'll be getting into that after this week's positive news segment. So let's just get on with it, shall we? We've got the usual segments that you'd normally see for an episode of this, but if you haven't seen an episode of this, here's a basic gist. We've got a little chat with Glitz, a product review with Sweet, an advert in between those two, and of course, we've got the weather and positive news. So, we've got some good things coming up. And, yeah. So let's start off with a little chat with Bleak, what's sure to be the final regular edition of that segment. Take it away, Bleak. It's now time for a little chat with Bleak. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a little chat with Bleak, and today I'm joined by the mascot for the Stay Indoors Awards. Hello there. I am the Stay Indoors Awards mascot. And it's a pleasure as always to meet you. So, Stay Indoors Awards will be in the next episode, those who aren't aware. And, I don't know, what are you looking forward to when it comes to the Stay Indoors Awards?
Well, I'm looking forward to people, winning some amazing awards, Trophies in my likeness are going to be made, and it'll be given to people, who've worked, so hard on the show and made different segments on the show. It's amazing.
Yes, it is indeed. So I just want to ask, do you have any predictions for what the results may be?
Well, I'm thinking that maybe Quarantine's Got Talent may win an award for Best Segment. I have a feeling that, one of your guests may be, nominated for an award. I don't know which ones, but who knows? Any one of them. And I think there's a very special award at the end, but nobody knows which one that is.
Not even I. I don't know which one the last award is. Apparently it's a special recognition award for something or other. Hopefully it's to me. Ha ha ha. Nonetheless, next question I guess is, are you sad to see the show be going? Because the show will be going, the episode after the awards.
I think it was all inevitable. The show was going to end eventually anyways, but now it's kind of ending, 10 episodes in. I think that 10 can be a good number for any series, really. And I really do not think it's the end of stuff like this. I think it's the end of Staying Indoors, but it's not the end of, stuff like this happening. These kind of shows. I think we might have another opportunity to do this kind of thing again. You never know.
You never know. That's good advice. So I guess I have one last question. Who would you, of all things, like to see win an award?
I'd like to see I'd like to see you win an award, honestly. I'd love you to win an award, honestly. Your interviewing is quite good.
Thank you. Well, that's all we really have time for here. Join us not next week because, join us next time where I'll be on the bed interviewing some people ahead of the awards, and join me back here on my famous, mildly warm seat for the final edition of Chat with Bleat a few weeks from now. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye. You'll be seeing that golden man quite a few times over the next couple episodes. This one and the next one, because of course I'm happy to announce that this special word from our sponsor is a special advert promoting the Stay Indoors Awards. So, let's go to it. You'll be seeing that golden man quite a few times over the next couple episodes, this one and the next one, because I'm happy to announce that this special word from our sponsor is a special advert promoting the Stay Indoors Awards. So, let's go to it. Long, tan and handsome. Just several words that could describe the Golden Man. Several which of his caricatures will be featured in the Stay Indoors Awards, where several of your favourite Stay Indoors personalities will be fighting out to win awards based on the categories that they have presented or contributed to. Of course, you don't want to miss it. There will also be some performances beforehand and an interview in the pre-show. And of course, why would you want to miss any of those? So catch the Stay Indoors Awards, Friday the 31st of July at 6:30 PM British time on the Dog 1818 YouTube channel. I do hope you'll all be watching the Stay Indoors Awards. We've got some great awards based on our favourite segments. So, yeah. Anyways, it is now time to head over Sweet's Way for a product review of a ruler. And we ain't just talking about the physical rulers, we're talking also about digital rulers. But we'll get to that when the segment begins. Take it away.
Hello everybody, my name is Sweet and welcome to another product review. And today we're taking a look at this thing. A ruler. Now a ruler is used for measuring things. We can measure things from this side to this side. It couldn't be any easier. And rulers come in all shapes and sizes. For example, it's not just that big one, it can also be this short one here. It's super simple to use. In fact, you can even get a digital ruler on your phone. Here's an example as illustrated by Crystal.
Hello everyone, so I'm going to show you how to make a cool little inception thing out of pointing the phone at the monitor here. Weird spiral, isn't it? Anyways, that's not important. I'm going to show you how to, first how to measure a distance between two separate objects, and then I'm going to teach you how to measure the height of one object on this phone. So it's kind of like using a ruler, but easier, because it actually tells you the measurement exactly. Yeah, so it's actually pretty good for accuracy these days. So if you miss it out by a centimetre with a ruler, and that affects the project, that's going to be bad. If you use your phone, you won't be out by a centimetre if you know how to use it correctly. So I'll switch here. I'll measure from about the end of the switch, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it all the way up to about the lid of the Pringles can, probably like, let's do it to the centre ring here, or near enough. Bring it to about this part of the lid here, and as you can see, that's saying it's 47 centimetres in, well, width, supposedly. It's 47 centimetres either way. It might be a bit outstretched because of the thing, but whatever. It's about 47. And now what we're going to do, we're going to measure the height of the Pringles can here from bottom to top. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure it like this. Measure it from the bottom, go all the way up to the top. As you can see here, it's about 23 centimetres from about where I measured the can to the top of the can, where I measured the bottom of the can to be to where the top of the can is. It's not going to be exact because it's hard to get exact with this kind of thing, and especially when I've got wobbly hands. But you get the gist of it. So there you go. That's how you measure A. The distance between two separate objects, and how to measure the height of one object. Back to you, Sweet.
I love measuring things.
I love measuring chocolates for no reason. I just like my chocolate a very particular inch. I don't really like rulers. The only thing I'll be doing with a ruler is taking off my.
That's all we have time for here on the old product review. There will not be a product review next time because of the Stay Indoors Awards. However, there is going to be an award for the best product reviewed, and I'll be hosting that award, so you'll see me at the award ceremony. The next product review will be in the final episode, episode 10. So, yeah, I'll see you there. Bye-bye.
Well, that was pretty interesting. Some nice measuring tools there. But now, it's time to go over to the window for Inflatable Sharks Weather Report. Let's go! Right, everyone, it's time for the final segment of the show. Positive news. And of course, let's get this positive news segment off on a good note. So I will just move myself over here, so the story's over here this time, instead of doing it anywhere else. Deal with it. Anyways, let's get started. So, if you don't know, last time, I covered a story on the UK's Arts and Culture section, which is basically, was basically trying to keep itself alive, via online stuff. Well, we've got some more good news about the, UK cultural sector. The government, and this is the only time I will ever praise them at the moment, have announced a £1.5 billion rescue package, as they call it, for the cultural sector of this country. It'll basically help theatres, museums, concert venues, etc. Just to make sure that they can survive when, during this time of, the coronavirus, they cannot be as easily financially supported by people because we can't go to spaces because social distancing. It's a thing. So, yeah. So this will obviously do very well for quite a lot of clubs across the country. Unfortunately, some venues have already shut down because it was too late for them, and we mourn those places. Our second story is that there's a special display next to St Mary's Church in Shropshire, which is this nice little rainbow of knitted flowers, all to mark the 72nd birthday of the NHS, our healthcare service, of course. And, yeah, it's pretty cool. Honestly, looking at it, it's quite impressive. The people who made this had also made a poppy waterfall, to mark the 100th anniversary of the end of the First World War in 2018, a couple of years ago. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. Made of more than 1,000 knitted flowers. So yeah, I kind of like it. Kind of looks really cool. And what a great way to honour our great health service, which the government still refuses to fund. Anyways, moving on to our third and our final story. I could only really find 3. I couldn't find much else that was interesting. It's our third story, and it's on the Black Lives Matter movement. Now, I've talked about the movement in a previous episode, and ever since that episode, I've been putting links to how you can support the movement in the description below. Those links are still there if you want to help out. Obviously, we need to talk about what we need to do now that, all of the mainstream media, stories have calmed down, in the weeks that have passed since George Floyd's killing. And it's not getting reported as much, if at all, anymore. So, how can you help? Well, there are 6 wonderful steps listed here on this wonderful positive news article, and I implore you to read the whole article. Anyways, the 6 steps here on this outline are as follows: demand accountability, dismantle racist institutions, listen to other people's experiences, understand the history, teach immigration and empire in schools, and rebel in solidarity. And I'm going to read out one of these paragraphs here, just to give you something to work with. But I do recommend, like I said, read the article. I absolutely recommend you do that. So here's what we got here. So this is step 1, demand accountability, and this is a quote from David Lammy, the MP for Tottenham. When people are sitting at home, watching the news and scrolling through social media, it's easy for Black lives to hit a fashionable nerve. We have to find a way to convert a trending spectacle into a radically reformed criminal justice system which faces up to its undeniable racial prejudice. This is what you can do. Call out racism wherever you find it. Whether it's coming from strangers or the people you love, if you are able to, donate to Hope, Not Hate, or community bail funds to support peaceful protesters who've been wrongfully arrested. Educate yourself. Please don't expect the Black population to do your homework. Demand accountability from your MPs and councillors. Tell them that ending racial profiling is a litmus test for your political support. What's inspiring about this moment is that it's not just Black people who are angry about pervasive racism. That gives me hope that maybe this time we're witnessing history being made. And I'm going to leave you on that quote. Something to take in, and like I said, read the rest of the quotes that are shown like below the outlines here, because there are some good quotes and something that definitely needs attention, needs your attention. And I recommend, do all these steps if you can. Do what you can to help out the movement, whether that be signing petitions, donating to charities and organisations, or just spreading the word, or even supporting Black creators on the internet, or just in general. Support Black people whatever way you can. Because, as has been passed around constantly, this phrase, silence is compliance when it comes to racism. And remember that we need to be actively anti-racist, not just not racist, actively anti-racist. Now, if you don't mind me, I am going to end this here. Thank you all very much for watching, and of course, before we go, I would just like to mention, as you know, the next episode is going to be the Stay Indoors Awards, but I haven't told you what episode 10 is going to be about, and I said at the end of episode 7 I would outline what's going on in these next 2 episodes. So episode 9 will be the award show, and episode 10 will be a TV-length, half-an-hour long episode of Stay Indoors, with some extended segments, some wonderful bumpers to fill in what would normally be an ad break, and what will be the final positive news segment. So I do hope that you'll all enjoy that. Something that we're all hopefully looking forward to, but also frowning upon because it's the end of an era. Well, it's the end of this era. Anyways, so I'll see you very, very soon for the Stay Indoors Awards. And of course, until then, thank you very much for watching. And, all that's left for me to say is, Editor Crystal, take me away. I did it.